These 18 laws of human nature will help you decode the behavior of the people around you. Law number 1.
You must control your emotions and behave rationally. The first law of human nature. Very often are people dominated by their emotions and behave irrationally without even realizing it. That is the source of bad decisions and negative patterns in life. Here's an example. Athens prospered when it was led by Pericles in 400 BC. He was believed to be a very rational man, but as soon as he stepped down from the political arena, Athens itself began to regress.
Law number 2.
The reality is, many people are narcissists. The second law of human nature. They focus on and admire themselves rather than others. This in itself hinders their success when interacting with others. Here's an example. Leo Tolstoy displayed all the signs of the deep narcissist, but so did his wife. The lack of empathy made the partners retreat deeper and deeper into their defensive positions. You need to transform self-love into empathy. That will make you more successful in your group.
Law number 3.
The law of role-playing. The third law of human nature. People tend to wear a mask to show them in the best possible light. They hide their true personality. You must master body language by transforming yourself into a superior reader of men and women. At the same time, you must learn how to present the best front and play your role to the maximum effect.
Law number 4.
People never do something just once. They will inevitably repeat their bad behavior. The fourth law of human nature. Here's an example. Howard Hughes Jr. was an American business investor and philanthropist. He knew he had a weak character since childhood. He managed to disguise it in his early career, which then brought him success. However, it manifested later in his life, resulting in many failures, which include Hughes Aircraft Company. Always gravitate towards those who display signs of strength and avoid the many toxic types out there.
Law number 5.
Humans continually desire to possess what they don't have. The fifth law of human nature. Here's an example. Coco Chanel, the famous French designer and businesswoman, succeeded not only because she created such great products, but because she understood that people desire what they don't have and created an air of mystery around her work. The advice here is become an elusive object of desire.
Law number 6.
The law of short-sightedness. The sixth law of human nature. Humans tend to overreact in the present circumstances and ignore what will happen in the future. The advice here is elevate your perspective. Learn how to step back and analyze the bigger picture instead of reacting to what's in front of you. When making decisions, think about the near and far future.
Law number 7.
Humans don't like when people try to change their opinion. The seventh law of human nature. Lyndon Johnson, who became the 36th president of the United States, became president because he gained his influence and power by focusing on others, letting them do the talking, letting them be the stars of the show. The advice here is soften people's resistance by confirming their self-opinion.
Law number 8.
Your own attitude determines much of what happens in your life. The eighth law of human nature. There are many examples of people changing their entire life by changing their perspective from negative to positive. So change your circumstances by changing your attitude.
Law number 9.
Confront your dark side. The ninth law of human nature. We all have a dark side that we hide in order to fit in and be respected. Richard Nixon, the 37th president of the United States, always maintained a positive image in the public. However, everything changed after the Watergate scandal, which revealed his true personality.
Law number 10.
The law of envy. The 10th law of human nature. Beware of the fragile ego. Mary Shelley, the author of Frankenstein, was betrayed by her close friend because of envy. Learn how to deflect envy by drawing attention away from yourself. Develop your sense of self-worth through internal standards, not through external comparisons.
Law number 11.
Doesn't matter how successful you get, if you don't know this, you will fail. The law of grandiosity. The 11th law of human nature. We all have a need to feel superior to others, but the more successful we get and the more superior we feel, that can lead to a disconnect between reality and can lead to our downfall. The advice here is focus deeply and completely on one thing. Focus on goals that stretch you, but you can still reach.
Law number 12.
You and I both have masculine and feminine qualities. The 12th law of human nature. We tend to repress these qualities, over-identifying with the masculine or the feminine one, depending on what's expected of us. The advice here is you must be aware of these lost traits and slowly reconnect with them, unleashing creative powers in the process. You will become more fluid in your thinking.
Law number 13.
Make your actions an unstoppable force. Advance with a sense of purpose. The 13th law of human nature. Unlike animals who rely on their instincts to guide them past danger, as humans we have to rely on our conscious decisions. And sometimes we lack overall direction, feeling the urge to go here or there. The way to avoid such a fate is to develop a sense of purpose. Even our failures have a purpose, which is to toughen us up. With such energy and direction, our actions have unstoppable force.
Law number 14.
You and I, we both become different characters in different social groups. Resist the downward pull of the group. The 14th law of human nature. We unconsciously imitate what others are saying and doing. We slowly tend to lose our sense of uniqueness. So the advice here is develop a sense of awareness and a superior understanding of the changes that occur in us when we're in a group. And with such intelligence, we become superior social actors.
Law number 15.
You want to become the leader in your group? Memorize this. Authority is the delicate art of creating the appearance of power, legitimacy, and fairness, all while getting people to identify with you as their leader who is in their service. The 15th law of human nature. Now process this. People always have mixed feelings about those in power. They want to be led, but also to feel free. They both worship the king and want to kill him. If you want to lead, you must be aware and master this art early on in your life.
Law number 16.
Oops, things aren't as they appear. See the hostility behind the friendly facade. The 16th law of human nature. On the surface, people around you seem so polite and civilized, but behind the mask, they are inevitably dealing with frustrations. You must transform yourself into a superior observer. You must recognize the signs. When it comes to your own aggressive energy, learn how to tame and channel it towards a productive purpose. Complete side note, this comes from an Arabic saying which goes like this: إن كان لابد من العصبية فليكن تعصبكم لمكارم الأخلاق ومحامد الأفعال.
Law number 17.
You are born into a generation that defines who you are way more than you can imagine. Seize the historical moment. The 17th law of human nature. Your task now is to understand as deeply as possible this powerful influence on who you are and how you see the world. Here is how to break free from it. By knowing in depth the spirit of your generation and the times that we live in, you are now better able to exploit it. You will become more of the individual that you've imagined yourself to be, and with all the power that freedom will give you.
The final law of human nature.
We're all going to die. The final law of human nature. Instead of avoiding the thought of death, it should continually be on your mind. Understanding the shortness of life fills us with a sense of purpose and urgency to realize our goals. The advice here is, by becoming aware of our mortality, we intensify our experience of any aspect of life. And with that, we conclude our series of the laws of human nature. Follow to learn more and comment
Law
what book
number
series I should
17.
do next.